Have you ever wanted to meet a famous celebrity? What about buy an oceanfront home with a perfect view? Maybe even ride camels through the deserts of Egypt or hit 1 million followers on Instagram. Well, today's guest is going to show us how to keep our vision in view, as well as a powerful tool to be able to start to manifest your dreams into reality now. Welcome to Havilah and Friends. I'm your host, Havilah Malone, and every week I bring you inside my amazing world of mindfulness teachers, inspirational speakers, business experts, celebrities, and so much more to have the conversations that matter to you. And today's guest is the founder of the Stop Waiting, Do It Now movement. Also the host of signature empowerment events like the Ultimate Vision Board Party and Finish Strong Seminar. This mother and serial entrepreneur has really had and overcome some extraordinary circumstances in her life, even being a teenage mother with very little support, but she found a way to make her dreams a reality and helps others to do the same as a life coach and motivational speaker. Please welcome my friend, Laquita Brooks. Hey!
Hey, girl. Hey.
I am so excited to have you on the show today. Like, you have just such a vibrant energy about you, and you deal with one of my very favorite subjects, which is about, like, we all have goals. We all have dreams. There's things that we want in life, but you show people how to use some really great tools to make it a reality. And so I want you to share because you have some things behind you right now, like what is it that you use to be able to help you manifest your visions?
Absolutely. And thank you, Havilah, for having me here today. It is such a perfect time to talk about vision boards. Listen, we're in 2019. We're in the beginning of the year. You're in January. Most people they set forth what? What do they set forth?
They're looking for New Year's resolutions
Absolutely. And so what happens by the end of the month is that they usually fall off the wagon, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm here in the right time to get people motivated to understand that if you have a dream and you do not take action with the dream, then it's just a dream. So, and I use ways of doing it. When I was younger and I knew that there was more I wanted to do, I would just daydream. That's the word we use, daydream. But if we didn't put it into action and movement, it just stayed stagnant. And so by just talking about it is not enough. We have to put it in to probably some type of stepping stone, some type of, let's write it out, let's brain dump, put it all out. And this is one of the ways that has worked for so many. And I tried it. And when I tried it, I'm telling you, it was life changing. And as you can see, I have the vision board here, and I've actually made another one. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later.
It makes me think about almost like a movie. And it's kind of like before you ever get into a theater and you're watching this blockbuster movie that was created, somebody had to think of this idea first. Like they had to come up with the vision for it, and then they will use something in the film world called a storyboard to be able to kind of put into picture form what it is that they want. But you have found a method and use a method to be able to do that for your life, right?
Mm-hmm. And everybody, you might find a way that works for you. But I encourage you to try the vision board because it's nothing like seeing it every day on a daily basis. It's there. It reinstates it. It puts it in your brain. And even if you kind of forgotten and put it in the back and, subconsciously put it in the back of your mind, it comes into the forefront when you walk past that board and you see like, this is why I'm still doing what I'm doing. This is why I should not give up. This is why, and this happened already. So I know if this one happened and I wanted to get this one on this board, this next task, and it was bigger than the first one, where you lost the faith, you now regain that faith because you see where you've come from. And you gain that traction all over again. That's why I'm such a firm believer of the vision board.
And it starts first with, I think, clarity. And I know this is something you help people with a lot, is to become clear on what you actually want. I think a lot of times people struggle with even identifying what their big, bold, dreams are, or what items they want. And a lot of time I think it's from a place of just like playing small or thinking that you can't get it. And so it's like, I won't even try to go for it or even think about that because I don't know how to make it happen. But this tool actually helps to be able to bring that into reality and manifest it. And I want you to share, because I thought this was like so powerful and so cool, how you manifested Steve Harvey into your life. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Steve Harvey from Family Feud, Think Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady, from that whole franchise of movies and books. He's on Little Big Shots. There's even a show for the older people who like have super talents and stuff like that. He has a TV show, a radio show, and so much more. And Laquita was able to bring this man, draw this gentleman into her life. And so please share kind of how that vision board brought this about.
Yes, well, we have Essence here in New Orleans, and Steve, I've always been a follower of Steve, but he came to Essence on this time, and he was with Lisa Nichols. And if any of you know Lisa Nichols, she was from The Secret, the documentary The Secret. And so I was familiarized with the vision board through The Secret. But when he introduced it again at the Essence, it just reinforced it for me, because you can't help but can't deny any of the things that Steve has done. And so when Steve was starting off the Act Like a Success school, I wanted to be a part of it. So I decided once then, even before him, I was making out my vision boards. But once I saw him at Essence, I wanted to do it. So when I saw him at Essence and I did it, and I made this vision board, I did a new vision board. And so I decided I was going to be a part of the class. So I signed up. I did it on a whim. After that, I was like, okay, I'm here, but I want to get to know more. I want to know more about Steve. I want to get a little closer to Steve. I want Steve to know who I am. I want to be on the chair, on the seat with Steve. I want to ask him a question. I had all these things that I wanted to do. And it wasn't just him, but we're talking about Steve. So it was such a big accomplishment that not only was I able to ask him one question, I was able to ask him two. And one was long, where he spent at least 3 to 4 minutes answering that question and gave me such detail about it. And the other one was when I was on the Steve show. And I actually put it here. I wanted to meet Steve.
Wait. Wait. So you go from having an idea, like thinking of, like, look, this man is super empowering. He's doing a lot of great things. I admire him. I want to be able to meet him. I want to be able to ask him my own personal question. And you are able to, so you put this on a vision board. You say, you know what? I need to see this on a regular basis. I need to see Steve. You put it on a vision board. And then you end up going to an event where you get to actually have this conversation and ask these questions to Steve. But it didn't even stop there. You end up on his show, on his television show. Please continue, continue.
Yes, and so it really was like it happened. And then after it happened, I realized the vision board. And so when I went back to it, I was so moved by it. It almost brought me to tears, because it made me know that this is actually real. This can happen. You can think about it. You can continually work towards it, and then it will come to pass. So I figured that if I was doing vision boards, that so many others should know about the vision boards if they do not know. And that's what came around of doing the ultimate vision board party, right?
So what the process? So the process and I love that you found a tool that was really important for you and worked for you, and now you help other people to be able to do the same thing using that same tool. But before we get there, I want to find out, so from the time that you created that vision board and put Steve on there and said, you know what, clearly this is what I want, how long did it take before that first interaction with him, before you were able to ask the question and then go on the TV show, kind of, because I think a lot of people think that, okay, Well, it'll be a lifetime. So why even start? Why even try? So
No, but for me, and everybody's timetable would definitely be different. But for me, it was about a year. From the time I signed up for the class, was act like I said, he was there. So when I came to the room where after you signed up, you would go to the room with him the next day. And it's a room full of people, maybe 75, and he would get a little deeper. But from that date to the next date and graduation day was a year. Now, I didn't know I was going to be on the Steve show asking a question. I knew I was going to the show, but I didn't know I was going to be asking a question. That happened because I was so driven to be able to get to know Steve better and just kind of prick his brain little by little and kind of get to the bones of the business part. That's what I wanted to know. And so with that happened, that was just an exciting moment because it made me say, okay, I'm asking the question, what's the next goal? Which brings me to the next vision board. If you see here, my next goal right here is to get to the couch. So that's my next agenda I'm working on. And this is just one of many things that are my goals. But if we just talking about one, if you need to zoom in on one, zoom in on one. If you feel like you can't do more than one thing. If you want to do more than one thing, you have to do it little by little at a time because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. But for me, it really reinstates all of the other things and made me do these vision boards to say, if I can manifest these things through just thinking about them, putting them on a board in picture form and looking at them day by day and then working towards them. I mean, do you understand how much we could accomplish, how many dreams and things that we want in life, what we could achieve? That's what I want people to understand. That's what I want to know.
We literally can be anything in life that we want. But as you talk about, it starts with getting clear about your vision, getting clear about what you want. And I'm a huge proponent, just like you, about vision boards. And there's so many different forms that, those can take. I have like an online, like a digital, I call it a mind movie. So it's in the digital form online where I could just watch it. It's got music playing in the background, have actual vision boards themselves. Like this is, I'll actually share. So this is one of my vision boards. And so it has a lot of different things that, matter of fact, a lot of stuff that has come to manifestation. And this is one of many, because I think sometimes as you grow, things continue to change and your vision may change, your vision may grow, or even as you continue to accomplish certain things, you may have to check that off and like, okay, now it's time to expand the vision. And I remember on one, and it was a vision board that was featured in the Huffington Post, one of mine, and I had on there one of the pyramids of Giza. I had a camel on there, and I had the Egyptian museum in Cairo. And I was like, I want to get to this Egyptian museum. I felt called to it. I felt like, I don't know if in another lifetime I was from Cairo or something. And I ended up, and it was about 3 years later that I ended up riding camels through the deserts of Egypt, going to the pyramids of Giza and going into those pyramids, and also touring in the Cairo Museum. And just the power of being able to take something that is in your mind, a desire, something that you want, and putting it on that board and seeing as the pieces, the components, the cooperative pieces start to come together to make that a reality. It is such a life-affirming thing, and it makes you want to dream bigger. And I wanted you to talk a little bit about how you help people and what's coming up where people can take their visions and dreams to the next level through this process. Because let me tell you something, it works. It works.
It works. And I wanted to talk about a little bit too, that the fact that you may get, it's okay for your vision to change, because as you grow and we get older, things change in your life, and your vision and your perspective on things may change and say, hey, I wanted to do that, but I think I want to go this direction first, or I may not want to do that at all. And that is okay. The point here is to find out what it is that why you are here on earth, what it is that you are supposed to be doing, and do it. And so that goes into the part of being clear. having clarity about who you are in yourself and your body, who you in your mind and your spirit, becoming into knowing who you really are. And that's where the problem I've seen that has come along with so many, that they don't understand because of what you might have been through in your life, what happened in your childhood. It could have been anything where you feel a little cloudy, where you're not sure. And then for some, it's already there. You have it, you know it, but you just don't want to bring it up because you're fearful of what others may say. Someone may dumb down your idea, make you feel like it's small and question it and pick it apart. And that's my job. My job is to tell you and to show you that whatever it is there, it's there for a reason. And if there for a reason, it is up to you, and it is your duty to find out and search it and take the journey and see where it will take you. It's worth the journey. And once you do it by doing that, when you see it here, let's put it here. And when we put it here and we put it to action, then it's going to happen. And that's what I show people.
And so for somebody who wants to, work on putting together a vision board, like what would you suggest for them? Like, how do they get started with doing one?
Just brain dump. Just brain dump. Get a piece of paper. Write it all out. It doesn't have to be in order. It don't even have to make sense. Just take it from here and put it out on paper. Then look at it. And then you can dissect it and say what you want. And then once you go from paper, then you can go to your vision board. And that's going to help you put it in perspective. But I want people to understand that be okay with it. Be one with it. It's fine. Trust me. When I didn't know what I wanted to do, it was really there. But I did the same thing because people was questioning me. I didn't want to bring it out. And when I said, okay, look, I got to do this, I had to find the people who were willing to listen to me and say, it's not crazy. It's not silly. Let's try it. And that reassured you. Everyone needs a cheerleader. And so one part of being clear is sometimes you want someone to just tell you, I like it. It's okay. Let's try it. And that's what I help people to understand too and do. And I didn't have that around. It wasn't around me at first. And so when it didn't, that's why I came about doing the NOLA Empowerment Meeting Group month to month. I did that for over 4 to 5 years because I said if they didn't have it around, then maybe I should just create it. Because it's so needed. I felt that if I felt that way, there had to be so many others that felt the same way, that there was no one supporting them, no one understood them. They stood out from the crowd because they felt like they were awkward because they were different in some way, form, or fashion. And I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. I can definitely relate.
I think that's a message that resonates with so many people because you can go through life feeling like you're alone in the challenges that you may be facing, alone in the visions that you may have or abilities that you have that have not been completely owned or honed yet. And so we try to mask that or hold it in and not share it as opposed to embracing it. And then I love how you mentioned, you didn't have the support, you didn't see it out there. So you created it. You created a group with the NOLA Empowerment Group to be able to bring together like-minded people who could work on similar goals and dreams and be a support system. And we all do need that support system to be able to continue to thrive and grow because you can't share your vision with everybody. Everybody is not going to understand it. They ain't going to get it. And quite frankly, the vision wasn't given to them. So it's not their job to understand, accept, or approve of your vision. It's your job to do that. It's our job to do that.
Absolutely. And it's so important for people to understand, which brings on one of the biggest messages is do not give up. You came here. You're breathing, you're living, you're amongst the land of the living. You have 24 hours in a day. Whether you do something with it or not, 24 hours in a day is still going to pass. I would rather spend 24 hours in a day working towards something that I love than to be in something where I'm miserable. And I'm doing it because I got the paycheck. And now listen, I'm not telling you to quit your job. What I'm saying is that still do what you have to do if you have these responsibilities. but still work on those other things little by little at a time. Put them in your calendar. Make an appointment with yourself. Get them done. 30 minutes, start small, 30 minutes a week. Work up to an hour. Work up to, I'm seeing traction. I'm seeing things happening. Then work your way up. Then you're saying, okay, I'm here. And then that job you had, you might be able to quit that job now. Now you have, this is your full-time job. Now you're living in your best life, right? I'm excited about this because we're in January and this is the right time for guys to see this and you to understand. You just need to do it and do it now.
Amen to that. And so please tell people how they can get in contact with you, what you have coming up that people can participate in, because, you know, we all do need that network of support. We need that network of individuals who are like-minded so that we can stay on our path to success, because we can be successful. Like, you got what it takes. So please share with everyone how they can reach you.
Yes, please. You can reach me at stopwaitingdoitnow.com. And I have coming up in this first quarter of the year, we have Get Clear for the New Year webinar coming out. It's going to be $49, only $49, guys. And let me tell you, if you keep up with me, sign up and subscribe, you're going to see that they're going to have some deals with it. So stay tuned. They're going to have some specials where you can sign up. It doesn't get better than that, right? And then we have the Ultimate Vision Board Party coming up. That's going to be March the 23rd. So just subscribe, go to stopwaitingdoitnow.com, and you're going to get all the information you need. And I promise you, it'll change your life.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Laquita. And everyone, when we share our stories, then we get an opportunity to live, to learn, and to love a little bit more. And I want you to be proof of what's possible. I'm Havilah Malone, and thanks for tuning in to Havilah and Friends. Can't wait to see you next week.